Poor Shannon.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mountain Bears. Joe will be in on Instagram as soon as he figures that out.
Sorry.
Yeah,
There we
we've decided to start streaming the co-hosted shows we have together. Joe, turn down your phone's volume.
I am. I'm there. I'm working it. Hey, Shannon. Yes, we're running late. Oh, so sorry about that. I don't know why. It gives me so much grief.
All right, I've sent the thing.
Okay, I did too. Like, it either gives me all the requests, and that's what keeps happening is that, I get like 12 requests from you that I can't do anything. There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. Finally. Hey, Ryan's fashionably early. Gotta love that.
Yeah, we're fashionably late, as we should be, when we're trying to do multiple things at once. One of these days, Instagram will grow the hell up.
True.
And start letting us, slide in on StreamYard or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yep. But no, the interwebs have been hating themselves, except for Facebook. Guys, I'm not pre-scheduling Facebook anymore. You guys will just have to follow the YouTube to find it, because I'm tired of the aggravation.
Yeah, it fights us in every direction.
Yes. So, it's been an interesting week. Let's just put it that way.
There's been some things. There's been
some things. I don't know. I lost my top with the network. I didn't quit. I lost my top.
Yeah. It's never good when a network doesn't tell their advisors what they're getting ready to do, and you have to learn about what they did, past tense, from a client.
Mm-hmm. And not just a happy client, a pissed off client.
Yeah, not a happy client at all.
Yeah, and then you see the whole fucking spider web of everything, and it's like, hold up. You done what? You're doing what? You wanted us to do what? Oh, now we see why you wanted us to do what. Fuck off. Back to business.
And I don't know if I said hey to Brenda, and it's bugging me, so I just said hey to Brenda. And now
hi, Brenda. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Shannon. So there's that. Let's see. Of course, my new network is loving me, and I'm loving them. The New Zealand Life Reader is a wonderful site. They treat us very well there. They stay the hell out of our lane. They pay us our money. Well, we hope they appear to pay us our money. We'll find out in 30 days because you got to be a pay. You got to get so much before you get paid. Standard shit. Okay.
Well, and that's part of the networks that's always a bit of a struggle is keeping up with who pays when for what at what interval.
Yeah.
Like that, and that's literally the multitudes of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, is there a minimum amount that they pay out at? All right, if there's a minimum amount they pay out at, when do they pay out?
Right.
And yeah.
Is it net 30, net 90, net 60, net 2, net 5, net 4 days? When are you paying the old bitch?
Oh yeah, and then what interval are we measuring? Is it
Yeah.
like the 5th to the 5th, the 16th to the 16th? Like what we doing?
Yeah, what we doing? Like, if it can be a payroll, believe me, I deal with it and have an idea when it's going to hit. But anyhow, so there was that, and so once I found out this news, what was really interesting, it was my escape day, and normally I would have said, no, we need to stay here and handle this. Nope, I sent the email and walked away.
You did. I was like, that is some gangster move. Because literally on the day that we were supposed to go have an afternoon
Mm-hmm.
and take that
Right.
and go out, and it's going to be awesome, and we have planned and look forward to, and literally hour,
Yeah.
an hour before we're supposed to go do this, in comes his message from a client, very innocuous enough. Um, what's this fee about? Like, seems so simple. They're not happy as they ask that, but like, it seems like a simple enough question.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, well, I mean, traditionally,
Mm-hmm.
that's like the fee we charge for, an appointment of a duration.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but we don't charge that here, which should have been your first clue. Oh, this is going to be a bouncy, bouncy ride.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, but you do.
Uh-huh.
Oh, but you do. So
Yeah.
yeah, they released a fee. They thunked it at clients. Like, I don't think they even warned the clients before they got thunked with it.
Nope.
It was just like, surprise.
Right.
So then they had to scramble and put up an article to be like, we just want to be transparent. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure your friend's been
Oh
ringing them
no,
off
that
the
was
hook
2 days later that
Oh,
appeared.
well, yeah.
And
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't even posted. It was just added to the help section.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't draw any attention to it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So I wrote my clients and says, I don't know what this fee is. Apparently it is for everything. I'm lowering my fucking rate by $1 on all my listings. And I'm going to put one listing on the bare minimum I can charge on that site. Have fun with it, guys.
Yeah, really. But no, and it's one of those things. It's like, and we've talked about it here, and on Coffee and Tea, I think, and a few other places. Is like, it's not like this is just a whole new idea. Like, y'all been working over there for free.
Mm-hmm.
They've just had this whole network and paid for all this advertising, and now they're just trying to make some money off of their investment, because all y'all just do is just work and take.
Mm-hmm.
No. There's already like the platform fee. There's you have to bid for
Commission.
listings. Then you have to turn around and pay them a percentage.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's already fee heavy on the back end. Like, you see that $4.99, $6.99, $10.99 a minute, you think, damn, advisors make some good ass money. And it's like,
No.
no. No.
No. If they
No.
wanted transparency, they would post my listing for what I make per minute. And I have to look now because I used to know it off the top of my head, but now I don't because, of course, they increased our fees the month before. Oh, yeah, they're paying $5.99 R and $2.57 per minute before they take out my $5.99 bid if you're a new customer.
Yeah. So let's take, like a short call,
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we're gonna ignore the fact you can do that 10 for $1.99 special thing, and they have another discount program, I think, and a loyalty program. We're gonna ignore all that for a minute. Just straight cash money. Straight, like, you come in, you have never talked to him before, you don't want the offers, screw the offers. Here's my credit card. We're gonna talk to Aeson. So yeah. So you find him in the list. He immediately gets smacked for probably about $5, right off the top. All right. So then he gets hit for 40 cents for
Now,
the platform.
I can tell you the whole breakdown.
Okay. I thought it was
All
40
right. So the customer pays $2.99 plus $29.95 for this 5-minute call.
Okay.
Okay. I immediately get smacked with a platform fee of $2.
Oh, yeah. $2 platform fee. Sorry, I thought it was still 40 cents. Damn.
40 cents per minute.
Oh, right. 40 cents per minute. So that's $2.
Yeah. And then they get a commission of $15.09.
Mm-hmm.
I supposedly earn $12.86. Now give me a
All
minute.
right.
Let me go and check this customer in another screen because that's the whole thing is let's just keep the screen separate.
So, yeah, your $32 and change 5-minute call,
Mm-hmm.
customer gets billed. Works out to like $12.
Right.
Like, they're getting some money. That's
Oh, yes.
more than 50%.
All right. So we were at $12.85, everyone. Take away $5.99.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So for that 5-minute phone call, you end up making like $4 because you have to pay for the click.
Yep. I made $6.87,
Oh,
and the customer dropped $29.95
plus $2.99
plus $2.99.
Yeah. So yeah. And no, Brenda, that's exactly it. She says, I understand having to cover costs and make some profit, but they make more than you from the charges. Yes. Yes, they do. Very much do they.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still doing better than quarter networks.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know what those are networks that will like bill him out for like $5.99 a minute and then literally pay him like 26, 27 cents per minute.
Mm-hmm.
And those are some of the nice ones. Though that also usually comes with a once he talks for X number of minutes per week.
Right.
Otherwise, they just keep it.
Yeah.
Like, he had to explain all this to me in the beginning, and my brain just kept exploding. Yeah, rhymes with what the hell? And it's like,
Yeah.
It's it looks really great on the front end. Like he is rolling in cash, and then you see the back end, and it's like, if he works really hard, we have a great.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit here and not have gratitude. Like, he has some phenomenal weeks and some phenomenal days.
Right.
And we have phenomenal months out. But it's not like he got on for 20 minutes and we bought a BMW.
No.
It's like, that's not how that.
I do. Like, I literally work around 70 hours a week, sometimes a little more, sometimes, 72 to 70 to 69. Yes, that's why Aeson works so many hours, and that's why you can find Aeson on 11. We're up to 13 networks.
Because I want a Chrysler Pacifica.
Well, I understand you want a Chrysler Pacifica, but there's something on an electric bill, and a water bill, and a power bill, and a tax bill, and a life insurance bill, and, food and gas, and, all this other stuff.
Boring.
Uh-huh. So anyhow, I pulled a gangster move, and I think you were a little bit shocked that I pulled the gangster move of,
yes,
I'm sending this to my customers. I'm also sending out a directive to my allied advisors, and I'm going into an area that I don't know if I have self-service or not. And I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, well, now technically we like stepped down. Like, we left the house, you still had your phone on and everything was still going, and we went and had lunch. So you were answering some of the immediate stuff.
Right.
and like stuff that was going on, and you were following up with it, and then we got Lakeside,
Right.
and I made a commentary because he had his phone out,
Mm-hmm.
sitting in the cup holder of the little quad of the little chair, little fold out chair, and I'm like, you cannot leave that in the sun; it will bake it. Like, we are not buying you a new phone today.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, okay, and proceeded to just chunk it in the bag and go down into the water, and then he didn't look at it for many hours.
Yeah.
So it was great.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like Aeson's gonna disappear from his screen and Joe's gonna get yanked out of his sometime. What?
Not that often. Not that often.
It's a psychic network, not a flippin' Scientology condemnation.
Depending.
Depending. Oh, don't tell me Scientology invests heavily in psychics. That's just like screwed up. That's like Chick-fil-A's investing in like HRC or some shit.
Yeah. But we were talking about the quarter networks.
Mm-hmm.
Or I always like to call them the slave networks.
Well, yes.
They are corporately based out of Clearwater, Florida. What else is based out of Clearwater, Florida? Really?
Damn. Fucking Scientologists.
They're rich as fuck.
Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I could get yeeted off this live stream real quick.
That's okay. We've got multiple ones, guys. You can choose from us. Our best one is over at YouTube, but YouTube.com/aesonknight.com. But anyone watching this, you want a reading from me, I highly recommend you Googling my name and choosing your best option.
Yes.
Yes.
And if, like, you can wait a couple of hours.
Mm-hmm.
You can book him privately for a much better rate.
True. Very true. But those are subject to change as accessories happens.
Yes. Oh, so Brenda's telling me to shush. You know they love cash. Scientology may be the silent partners and owners. Again.
Well, I just look at some of their I suck at corporate conversation. I will say you're a fucking idiot in a meeting to someone presenting a presentation.
I'm just going back to it's like Chick-fil-A having like here's a better example. It's like Chick-fil-A investing heavily in an adult bookstore on Folsom Street. Like, oh hell no.
Well, see, Scientology has a problem with psychology. They don't, I believe, actually, I'm very sure they don't have a problem with psychics.
Okay, fair enough. They're down with psychics, but have a problem with psychology.
Right.
Okay.
Well, and it's quite interesting sitting back and watching some of the stuff that goes through the pulse of the New Age.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I.e., attachments.
Jesus, Mary, Joseph. And all of his friends.
It really sounds like thetas to me.
It sounds like what?
Thetas. You know, the
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
It gets a little like, possible. Is there influences there? Possibly. I'll sit back and look and see, where this is at and just how this is, and then you have to, and that's why I New Agey, but I don't buy into a lot of the New Age us.
Well, yeah, because there is this weird like New Age camp, like division, like it's this wild tug of war. That's like hippies on one side, retired hippies who have now turned conservative hardcore on the other. It's like on one side, it's like I just love my crystals and I love everyone and I think everyone should have equal rights and live in harmony and want a fluffy bunny reading. And then, no, I'm kidding. Y'all aren't that bad. But then there's this other camp that's like, I really love my crystals, and I think the government is run by reptilians, and Trump 2024.
Well, and
it's
then
like, holy Jesus, that's like polar opposites right there.
Right, and then you've got like the other two camps, because there's two other camps. There's another camp that says, I am human, I am living a spiritual experience, I'll do what the fuck I want, fuck the government. And anything that wants to control me can take you to line and leap. I was gifted free will, and I'm fulfilling my soul's contract, and I'm going to sit down and look at the astrology rhythms of everything and compare the astrological charts and their numerology before I vote for anyone. And I'm also going to make sure that I work off my karmic debt this life so I don't have to take a camping trip again. And then you have this other side, and this other side is all about, well, they've found a new crystal called angelite, and angelite is supposed, I'm going to send it to the White House because angelite is supposed to raise the vibration. And, it's this dichotomy of mixed up bullshit tied in with cuckoo constructionism. We take a dose of Scientology, pour in a dose of, guilty deconstructionism, and then we add in another dose of, well, let's just do the same thing but call it something else, stir it up, and boom, here you go. So yeah, there's like four camps within the New Age.
Yeah, well, and moving into that, I do believe.
Yes.
Like, great segue.
Thank you.
So, Idaho convicted murderer Lori Vallow Daybell, now in Pocatello Women's Correctional Center.
Mm-hmm.
So Lori Vallow Daybell spent her first night in a cell at the Pocatello Women's Correctional Center on Tuesday, but she could be moved to another part of the prison in coming weeks. The facility sits on top of a hill overlooking Pocatello and holds around 355 women who are referred to as residents rather than inmates. It's the largest women's prison in the state, with the population consisting of everyone from low-risk offenders to Robin Rowe, the one woman on Idaho death row. The Idaho Department of Corrections policy prohibits employees from discussing specific residents. But PWCC Warden Janelle Clement spoke with EastIdahoNews.com Wednesday about the intake process for those sentenced to prison. So they come on a bus from a county jail and go through our receiving area. In intake, they are given clothing items and they'll be met by a case manager and have a nursing assessment, Clement says. From there, they will be moved down to a housing unit. Over the next 14 days to 4 weeks, they'll be given different assessments through dental, medical, mental health, and case management needs to assess what they may need during their stay. Residents can attend high school and college courses while incarcerated. Employment opportunities are available, including cleaning the building, sewing clothes, working in the kitchen, and doing other jobs. Although Daybell is now the most well-known resident at PWCC, Clement says she's just like everyone else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's treated fair. Now, if you guys watched her sentencing hearing, oh my God. I have some problems.
Okay.
All right. First of all, there are a number of things. First of all, let's see. I really do not agree with the judge removing the death penalty on this case.
Okay.
Second of all, her statement should have been struck from the record because it sounded like a victim impact statement for the victims, not a plea for, everything else. And then her speech about her children visiting her as adult spirits. I do agree with that. That's a theory out of Nova Spiritus that once you cross over, you go back to being 30. I don't think they're at the point yet of forgiving her and going, we understand it was all part of the contract.
Come on. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, no, that's a big ask. That's a big ask.
that's a big ask. I think the judge was fair with what he limited this case to.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not done with her. She gets shipped off to Arizona. She's got 5 charges there.
Okay.
She has 3 lifetime sentences now,
Mm-hmm.
and I think 20 years.
Just for fun.
Just for fuck's sakes. She definitely needs some psychological help and some mental awareness brought to her. She showed no grief. She showed nothing but like, oh, I'm doing God's will, and I'm just looking at the live stream going, where is the rope?
Well, but here's the thing, though: is there a reality that she is so far down a rabbit hole that she just still doesn't get it?
There is a reality so far down that rabbit hole that Alice ate 2 biscuits, got small, and kept going smaller to get through the damn hole.
Well, fair enough, but I mean, though, is there a legitimate possibility she has gone completely off the reservation
Good possibility.
and just doesn't get it? Like, she doesn't know she did anything wrong.
Well, and
Like,
that's
I'm not saying there's some mental health conditions that go with that, and maybe like she needs some meds. But I'm, and I don't want to say I'm nervous. Let's go with nervous. Nervous is a good word.
right.
I'm nervous she is going to get assessed and medicated and counseled,
Uh-huh.
and then in prison,
Uh-huh.
suddenly it all becomes a reality. Like it hits her like a ton of bricks.
Right.
And now she actually has to live with it. Like, to some degree, for someone who's so far down a weird culty religious thing and commits horrible crimes that they don't seem to have any comprehension of, I'm almost happier thinking maybe they just never get to.
Right.
Like, I don't think that makes them a better person or a worse person or whatever. It's just I think no one who is so screwed in the head
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason
Right.
need to have that come to reality moment. Like, just
Right.
you go on.
Right.
Because
Yeah. Yeah.
like, that really changes the dynamic when you have someone who's so screwed up that they have no remorse for their crime, they have no recognition of their crime, they're not seeing what they did as criminal, to then slam into the wall of like being at themselves, having full recognition of what they did,
Mm-hmm.
and what value is remorse in that?
Right.
Like, because effectively now you're this competent, decent human being
Mm-hmm.
trapped in the
Right.
mistakes of whatever the hell was going on.
Right. And it just, the more I delve into this, the more I hear, and everyone will know what I'm talking about. We see it in gay culture. We see it in New Age culture, that weird cultiness that starts forming.
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, I teach a lesson where I talk about spiritual soup. And you
Mm-hmm.
know how you can start out with a very simple, delicious chicken noodle soup, and then you add a few ingredients to it, and it makes it garbage.
Yeah. It's like, these things are a religion. This is a cult.
Well, it's more like chicken
this is
noodle soup.
a cult. A
Mm-hmm.
cult. This is a space cult. Like,
Right.
there's a fine line.
Right. And see what has occurred here, and I see it happening a lot in reconstructed Christianism to begin with. But what went on here was you have a fundamental Mormonist belief. So you have chicken noodle soup because they don't eat caffeine. It's noodles, chicken, carrots, peas.
Right.
And someone introduced into it cold tomato, puree, and then sugar, and then rice, and still call it chicken noodle soup?
Yeah, not really.
No.
Like, I mean, if that's what you want to call it, you have fun
Right.
with that, but it's really not the same thing.
Right.
Like, it's a totally new dish. Find a new name, because now you're just confusing people.
Well, not only that, but it doesn't taste that good. I promise you. Borscht and chicken noodle soup together, not a good combination.
Oof. Oof. That's rough.
Yeah.
Basically.
So we might have to refile some taxes, darling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, same-sex couples could receive tax relief under a proposal. Legally married same-sex couples who were not able to file federal, well, see, we're not married.
Well, again, keep reading.
All right, so legally married same-sex couples who were not able to file federal taxes jointly until 2013 would be able to file revised returns back to the date of their marriage under legislation backed by U.S. Senator Kristen Gillibrand. Nationally, the refunds would total an estimated $55 million if given final approval. New York State legalized marriage for gay couples in 2011, and the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in favor of legalized same-sex marriages in 2015. Congress and President Joe Biden agreed to codify same-sex marriages and interracial marriages in the U.S. in 2022. The measure, if approved, would apply to same-sex couples who were married in areas that recognized their marriages prior and filed tax amendments prior to 2013. For too long, same-sex couples were denied the same rights and benefits as their heterosexual counterparts, including the ability to maximize tax benefits by filing jointly, Gillibrand said. This bill would right that wrong and provide millions in refunds to couples that should have received them in the first place. I'm proud to be introducing this bipartisan legislation and look forward to getting it passed.
I think it'll be interesting, but I think it's going to be a nightmare for the IRS.
A little bit, yeah. But it is a step in the right direction.
Exactly. So we'll see what happens with it. I'm sure there'll be some pork added to it. You'll have to prove something.
Well, or yeah, either it'll turn into you have to prove something, or to get it passed, it's going to have some actives.
Yes.
Like hold something hostage for the Republican Party and make it go through.
I don't know. Can we hold hostage their whole political party? Well, no, that's not hostage. That's jail. That's right.
Hey, we're getting closer.
We are. They filed, I don't know, it was like 100 more charges.
I don't know. Can anyone keep up? I know that there's a lovely TikTok going around pointing out that by the time, if Trump is sentenced, by the time he would get out of prison, he will be dead.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way at 70, 76 years old?
76 years old.
Yeah. Like, the number of years we're talking.
And he has a charge for every year he's been alive, plus 2 because we know he's lying about his age.
So, yeah, if he's technically 78.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, he is facing a total of 78 charges across 3 criminal cases. They include 44 federal charges, 34 state charges, all of them felonies, in 3 jurisdictions. Trump has denied wrongdoing, but it's like, hello, we have to disagree with that. It's quite evident there is wrongdoing by you.
Well, and more to the point, so far your defense is lacking.
Well, so far it wasn't me. Like Shady tried to pull this shit back in the 70s, and well, not the 70s, back in what, the 90s?
Who did? I'm trying to remember. Oh, the I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Bill Clinton.
Oh, it was released in 2000. It Wasn't Me by Shaggy.
Oh, okay. Wasn't me. Got it now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, at least in the song, Shaggy admits it.
I know. Now, there's some movies we might have to go see.
Ooh.
Three.
So, yeah, 3 powerful films about gay marriage to celebrate 10 years of the Same Sex Marriage Act. It's now 10 years since the UK passed the Same Sex Marriage Act, which made same sex marriage legal in England and Wales. Since then, there's been an increase in LGBT plus characters on screen, especially in television. But in film, this representation often follows a particular kind of narrative. A person struggles with their sexuality, feels the need to hide it, and the film explores the often painful act of coming out. Frequently, these films are more concerned with showing us the homophobia characters face than the realities of queer relationships. See, or rather don't see, 2015's truly terrible Jenny's Wedding, for example. Alternatively, the idea of committed queer domesticity is played for laughs. As a researcher who focuses on identities, particularly queer and marginalized ones, in film and television, I've been watching film catching up with the reality with interest. And thankfully, there have been productions that get it right. Here are my picks for 3 films that offer powerful representations of same sex marriage 10 years on from legalization. Love is Strange from 2014. This is a beautiful film full of tender moments between its 2 leads, Ben, John Lithgow, and George, Alfred Molina, have been together for 30 years and decide to finally get married. The opening scene of the wedding is gorgeously understated, giving us the sense of it being something the couple just hadn't gotten around to doing yet. After the wedding, George loses his job and the couple are forced to live apart for financial reasons. Rather than thinking of marriage as the beginning of a life together, the film sees it as a bonus, albeit one that causes issues. It doesn't shy away from the adversity couples may face around gay marriage, but the commitment the 2 characters show to each other speaks to an unshakable faith in love. Cloudburst from 2011, narratives of queerness in film and TV often focus on younger characters, so it is nice to see different experiences represented. In Cloudburst, Stella, Olympia Dukakis, and Dottie, Brenda Fricker, are a lesbian couple living together in Maine. Dottie's granddaughter, who believes the two are just friends, wants to move her into a nursing home as her health declines. What follows is a Thelma and Louise style trip that sees Stella take Dottie to Canada so they can be married. As with Love is Strange, the small moments of tenderness and cloudbursts give us the sense of years the 2 have spent together. They are comedic moments, at times potentially undermining the poignancy of the film, but the relationship between the 2 is very much front and center. Again, marriage is depicted as a bonus, not the hallmark of a committed relationship. Dottie had thought marriage was a crock of shite because she couldn't have it, but finds herself wanting it now that it's possible. Cloudburst may divide people with its ending, which I will not spoil, but the mission for marriage in the film is a joy to behold. The Kids Are All Right from 2010. This film is a bit different in that it tackles both same-sex marriage and bisexuality, which isn't often given explicit representation in queer film. It can also be seen as groundbreaking in that it is one of the first big-budget films to feature a married gay couple. Nick, Annette Bening, and Julianne Moore, are a married couple with 2 children. When their youngest, Laser, Josh Hutcherson, wants to find his biological father, Mark Ruffalo, things begin to get complicated. What is good about this film is that it doesn't position queer romance as either utopian or something that results in tragedy. It's just complicated. Talking about the pressures on queer people in the modern era, Heather Love, a researcher in queer theory, argues in the era of gay normalization, gays and lesbians not only have to be like everybody else, get married, raise kids, mow the grass, etc., they have to look and feel good doing it. The Kids Are All Right pushes back against this pressure. So, alrighty, so there's 3 films for you.
All right, but what's your thoughts on this? Because I noticed a few things.
Okay, well, let's hear what you're thinking first.
Well, first of all, these are all older couples in general.
Yeah, like, well, I hate to say, like, the third one kind of is our age.
Well, I get that, but it's not.
Well, hey!
Okay, meaning it's not the blonde chiseled neck bodies.
Yeah, true. Okay, so we're out of chiseled body phase.
Right. Okay. And two of them are lesbian. One of them is gay, suspiciously. Um, and then when looking at all of them,
Mm-hmm.
the two older ones, um, that generation probably doesn't exist.
Okay.
2014 minus 1979. 35. The Love is Strange is, we will say both those stars look older than 35.
True.
Okay.
Wait.
They all, however, fit heteronormity.
Well, yeah, but still, these are three films that don't necessarily go with the general theme
Mm-hmm.
of like coming out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like the linear, like coming out, hidden secrets, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Oh God, it's another crappy gay film.
Right.
I mean, which is kind of a major alternative. Because that's sort of the Brokeback Mountain film genre.
Right.
And that was probably the best film in that genre.
Right.
Like, I mean, we could debate that for hours, but like, short version is that really is one of the better films, if
Right.
not the best in that genre. For actually like setting it up in a way that it almost makes sense.
Right.
Because a lot of films struggle to do that in a way that the characters can really play it,
Right.
and be convincing in it.
Right.
That you're not just sitting there like, I have questions.
Right.
Like you really do feel bad for them.
Right.
Like, I mean, yes, they're cheating on their spouses. Yes, this is, like there's a lot going on there. But at the same time, you end up feeling really bad for them.
Right.
Which is the overarching message, is
Right.
that like how do you want this to work?
Right.
Like, it's not gonna.
Right.
Like, it's not gonna.
Right.
So yeah, to move past that into the, okay, now we're seeing this exist, even though it's imperfect,
Mm-hmm.
and that like these are legitimate relationships and they have like depth and age and but yeah, it is still sticking really hard with the like one man, dog and kids kind of white
Right.
picket fence American dream.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we go through that as a phase
Yeah.
for gay film
Yeah.
before we can finally get to like, okay, no, really, we're gonna like, it's a gay film.
Right.
Like, this is reality.
Right.
These are things that happen.
Yeah.
And we didn't have to like hire B-rated porn stars to come, do the movie. We didn't have to expose everyone to sell tickets. No one had to have chiseled bodies so that they could mute it and take care of business.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's sadly where a lot of gay film got stuck.
Well, it's still where it's stuck.
Yeah. Hmm?
I mean, let me just do a Google.
Like, I think Open Camp,
Mm-hmm.
granted,
Right.
that one is very sexual,
Right.
but it was the first gay murder like horror
Right.
that I ever saw, and then
Right.
two that I can really go like. I think there's a couple other contenders.
Mm-hmm.
Alfred Hitchcock did one that flew over everyone's head for decades,
Mm-hmm.
only to be realized later, because it was based on a play where the characters were like out. But the movie kind of hints at it, and like
Right.
you can get there.
Yeah.
It just doesn't call it out. But it plays on a lot of stereotypes to do it. But it was like the first, like, okay, we're not going to sit here and sugarcoat and make everyone feel bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was a movie that was like, no, shit's going down.
Right.
Like,
All
no
right.
one's perfect.
Right. I'm a little pissed right now because I know you've seen some of these. So you
Hmm.
can tell me what you think. Because I went over to Netflix and just typed in LGBTQ movies.
Okay.
Heartstoppers.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's a boy meets boy in France.
Yeah, that's probably why I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Orange is the New Black.
That's supposed to be a really great lesbian series. It is. I. Oh God, I screwed up. So a bunch of my friends were talking about how great that show was.
Mm-hmm.
I decided that oh, that's cool. Paid no attention to who produced it. Didn't read anything really about it. Tried to watch that with my 90-some-year-old grandmother.
Oh, that must be interesting.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. Like, I can tell you that of episode 1, that first 10 minutes is just like lesbian porno.
Ah.
Like
Ugly Betty.
hmm?
Ugly Betty.
Heard of it, haven't watched it.
Grace and Frankie, which isn't, well, okay.
Yes,
Two
it
of the
is, because the husbands,
characters
yeah,
are
their
gay.
husbands fall in love with each other and divorce the wives.
Yeah, but that's really not, like, they're not a main character. The story is more about the
Yeah,
wives
fair enough.
moving on.
Yeah.
Black Lightning.
Nope, got nothing.
All right, Locked Up.
Off the top, no. Oh, wait, is that the documentary?
No, it's an assassin movie.
Oh, okay, then no, I haven't seen that, but that sounds interesting.
Sex Education.
Oh, I don't know that you want to call that one. I mean, does it have gay themes? Yes. Is it a good series? It's amazing. But that one's hard to call entirely gay.
Okay.
Like,
Deep Fake Love.
no,
Apparently, this is
got
a new
nothing.
series.
No, got nothing.
Instainable.
Oh, Insatiable?
Yeah.
Not from. I've seen it. Like, I haven't watched it, but I have seen its existence.
Okay. Glamorous.
Don't think so. Again, I think I know of its existence.
Elite.
That one's really good. It's annoying that it's not dubbed, or
Okay.
at least the last time I tried to watch it wasn't dubbed.
Uh-huh.
I think. I think that's the one I had to read all the subtitles for. It's actually pretty good, and it goes some places.
Okay. Gypsy.
Got nothing.
Lesbian film. Unauthorized Living.
Nope, got nothing.
Cable Girls.
No, I got nothing. Sorry, there was a similar show. Never mind.
Exo Kitty.
Nope, got nothing.
Queer Eye. More Than a Makeover.
Oh God, I can't stand that.
All
I
right.
couldn't stand it when it was on air. I certainly
I know.
haven't watched it at, like, I'm not gonna binge that.
Imperfections.
I think I've seen that, but I can't remember what it's about.
The House of Flowers.
Nope, haven't seen that.
The Ultimate Queen Love.
Nope, got nothing.
One Day at a Time.
Nope, got nothing.
I Care a Lot.
Nope, got nothing.
Unbreakable Kimmy Sardinian.
I think no.
AJ and the Queen.
Got nothing.
That's the RuPaul movie. Bruised.
Yep, got nothing.
Ratcheted.
Nope, got nothing.
The Most Beautiful Flower.
Yep, got nothing.
The Haunting of Bay Manor.
Oh, no, but I think I'd be interested.
Me too. I think that's the continuation of Haunting on Hill House.
Okay.
Bonding.
Pardon?
Bonding.
No, got nothing.
Pretty Smart.
Got nothing.
Okay. What/if?
I think I started to watch that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm trying to remember it.
Smiley.
No, got nothing.
Looking
Like,
at the
I
right
know
one.
I'm bad. Like,
I'm
I'm not
looking at
supporting
the-
gay
okay.
cinema, but it's because I can't take it. It hurts me.
Yes. Feel Good. Coming of age lesbian movie. Census
Yeah.
8. Hollywood.
Oh, Sense 8?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Like, that's not entirely queer, but it has enough queer in it that, like, worth it.
Okay. Hollywood.
Possibly. What's that one?
Can I get a synopsis? I cannot. I'm not. Oh. In part of World War II's Hollywood, an emptying group of aspiring actors and filmmakers will do almost anything to make their showbiz dreams come true.
Yes. So that's a horror. Like, it's a. Oh, that is very much old school stereotyping.
Okay.
But it does do well.
Okay.
Like, I've watched it. It's worth watching. Not with children.
Well, I have the opinion that no, children should go watch cartoons, Looney Tunes. That's where they belong at. Teenage Bounty Hunters.
Nope, got nothing.
First Kill.
Nope, got nothing.
Okay, did y'all see a theme in all of this?
That I have a bad habit of rejecting queer cinema based on the fact that it's queer cinema.
No, that wasn't.
Like, I don't even look anymore. I just don't even look.
Well, I look because I like certain movies. However,
yeah,
if you notice, most of the ones that were there were one of three categories: tragedy, comedy, all homonormative.
Yeah, heteronormative. Yeah.
Yeah. There has not been really anything breaking in gay cinema since Queer as Folk, in my opinion.
Pretty much.
Like, I'm so tired of boy meets boy, boy falls in love with boy, boy comes out to family, boy has a suicide attempt, boy, and boy 2 saves boy 1, and they go off and divorce their families.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Like, or some variation of that.
Yes.
Like, that's pretty much gay cinema.
Yes.
It's
that's
like
most gay cinema. Drives me crazy.
Yeah, it's like, this is not my life. This is not representative of my life. This is not normally representative of people I know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Sorted Lives covered it better.
No, the L Word covered it best.
And no, see, I couldn't get into that one.
Oh, that was easy to get into. You just needed a little wine.
Oh, well, great. All right.
But, it's kind of like they're listening. And granted, I love Gracie and Frankie. But the story is not about the men. It is about what they do after they get divorced.
Yeah, which is fun and funny. And the fact that, Lily Tomlin is a lesbian is kind of interesting.
It's hilarious.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Oh, so Shannon points out Blow Dry was one of those movies. Mom and dad were divorced. Mom ran off with his former hair model, and family drama, and not a picturesque idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of does the gay is ugly.
Yeah.
And it can still be entertaining.
Right.
It's just one of those that typically it's like, who are these people?
Right.
Who are these people? I don't know these people.
Right.
Like, I don't see representation. I just see like a weird like setup to a porno that kept its clothes on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I hate saying that, but like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was Tu Wong Fu. That was a good movie. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, really good movie. Better than Chocolate.
Love that
I
movie.
do have to say, for being primarily a lesbian film with some trans topics. Like, I don't know how to best say that. I think that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
It's a really good
but
movie. Yeah.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah. But it's bad. Queer as Folk came out when I was in my 20s. I'm not talking about the remake. The remake is shit. Talking about Queer as Folk, the original British Queer as Folk.
Oh. No, we may have a new one
We do.
list that you haven't seen. And I will say that one, like, it's borderline, but it's better than most.
Okay.
God, what is that movie? Or what is that TV show? It was British, and then they converted it for US and reshot it.
Queer as Folk.
No, it's another one they did the same thing to. I keep wanting to say Tasteless, but that's not it. Or maybe it is. Shit. Shameless. Thank you, Shannon. Shameless.
Okay. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I think it's like I think the UK version probably did the same thing. Is it started out one place? And then everyone got really behind the gay characters in the series. And then it kind of started to like revolve around them.
Right.
Like yeah. And it actually has some decent actors in it, like names.
Cool.
At least the US version has William H. Macy.
Yeah. Well, the British version has some decent characters in it.
Now I've heard British Queer as Folk was better than ours. I'm with Brenda there. I've heard that. I haven't seen it.
Yes, it was. I watched both. So I have not watched the new one.
Oh, one that you've seen more of. What are your thoughts on True Blood?
I like the US version of True Blood better than the British version.
Not what I meant. I meant, do you count that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I'd sleep with Eric in a heartbeat.
Oh, and if you just came in, he's talking about True Blood, not our massage therapist.
Yes. All right. So moving along, let's figure out if you're an asshole this week.
Most of that cast would. Damn. Fair enough.
All right, guys.
So
if you want to vote on if Joe's the asshole this week, you have to go over to Aeson Knight's YouTube page to vote in the poll there. And that's because I haven't figured out how to do the Instagram poll. I promise you I will learn how to do that on Instagram, but it is over on Aeson Knight YouTube. So the poll is up. Plead your case.
Am I the asshole for calling my coworker a creep after he asked about my husband's genitals and our sex life. My 37 female husband, 37 male, Vincent, is paraplegic and has been since he was in a car crash when we were 14. If it's at all relevant, we've been best friends since we were 9. He, of course, uses a wheelchair and by now is pretty used to either awkward looks or usually innocent questions about what happened, if he can feel anything, etc. This morning, early afternoon, my work had a little party thing for us all to celebrate because it's the anniversary of the veterinary hospital I work at. It was a barbecue picnic thing at a local park for everyone who works there and their families. I've worked there about 10 years and know everyone there quite well, as does Vincent. So we were pretty happy to have a nice lunch. Miles, late 20s male, is the new receptionist at the clinic. He's been here since February, or maybe March, not long anyway, while the other 9 people who work there have been here at least 2 years or so each. Miles generally seems like a nice guy, but he can be pretty nosy at times. In general, that doesn't really bother me. Everyone has their quirks. Today was the first time Vincent and Miles met. Miles had a lot of nosy questions for Vincent. Example, what happened? Can you really not feel anything below your waist? Was it hard finding an apartment around here? Is there an abrupt line where you can feel everything and then nothing? Or is there part of your body where you can kind of feel something, but not completely, like when your foot is asleep, and so on? It was a bit weird for Vincent, as it usually is, but he's pretty good natured about answering questions like that, even when the person asking has a lot of them. Now, multiple times during the conversation, myself, Vincent, and some of my coworkers tried to change the topic. Miles would usually play along for a bit, but would have another question whenever there was a lull in conversation. At one point, Miles asked Vincent, so how does that work in the bedroom? Can you get, you know? Now, obviously, it's weird and uncomfortable to have a person you don't know well ask about your sex life, but Vincent is also incredibly sensitive about it and his feelings about himself because of the way our sex life is as a result of his paraplegia is something he has long had struggles with. For the record, I absolutely love our sex life, but still he feels bad about himself. I immediately said, Miles, do you have to be such a creep? Miles then got upset and told me that I was being an ass for leaping to that when Vincent and I left pretty shortly after. Vincent, for the record, was very thankful for what I said, and one of her coworkers texted me to say that he understood where I was coming from, but thought I was probably being too mean too fast. Am I the asshole?
Nope.
I gotta go with not the asshole. Not the asshole.
Not the
Like, here's the thing. And I think this one fits really well here because, like, it is 2023. We have the internet. There are YouTube videos. There are people who I will guarantee you are paraplegic that talk about their sex lives and what different levels of problems mean towards the bedroom and how you make that work.
Right.
I'll guarantee that. But we go through the same thing in the rainbow community.
Yeah.
In which we get asked very pointed questions about sex life, roles, positions, who's the woman, and things like that.
Do you need a special bed?
Oh, God, that was the worst one ever. And in case you now have that going through your head, my response then is the same as it is now. Anything you can do, I can do better. So there you go.
Right.
But yeah, no, the questions get rude, inappropriate, highly inappropriate. And there's always this split between the people who get it, the people who get it but still think you are being harsh, like I owe you like encyclopedic knowledge because hi, open encyclopedia, go on the web. You can figure many things out. Like watch a porno.
Right.
Keep your clothes on, watch porno. You can find out some things.
Right.
Google some words. Without having to actually put someone on the spot.
Right.
To find out from them in a situation where it's totally inappropriate for you to ask that. I get curiosity, but there's limits.
Right.
There's limits. Like, I'm the asshole who asked someone who didn't have an arm below the elbow, and actually it was on the right side, how they drove a stick shift car.
Right.
I got a very cool educational drive out of
it. Right.
Like, but mentally I couldn't follow that. So I understand having curiosity about things that you're not supposed to ask questions or that's inappropriate.
Right.
And a lot of that has to do with how you ask, but there's still a lot. Like, at no point was I going to ask about how do you use a urinal? Like, no. I knew better than that one.
Right.
Like, there was a whole list of things I could have asked in that moment. No, I just got stuck on how do you drive a stick? Because I don't understand how you manage this.
Right.
Like, if it had been a partial left arm, I could have understood, but partial right arm, I'm sitting here trying to, like, do you reach across and hold the steering wheel? Like, what? I couldn't get the mechanics to work.
Right.
So, yeah. And it was someone we had known for a while, so it wasn't like it was totally like, I just met you. You're now representative of all people with a difference of ability. Please impart how you do this.
Right.
It wasn't that. It was someone we'd known for a little while, and I just couldn't get the mechanics to work in my head.
Right.
Yeah, because this was someone who did not wear a prosthesis.
Yeah.
So I had so many questions. Just trying to work the logistics, and the logistics are great, and it's actually kind of cool.
Right.
But anyhow, so no, I don't think you're the asshole at all for calling someone who is asking about your sex life a creep.
Exactly.
Because I encourage his enthusiasm for, wanting to know.
Right.
I encourage that in terms of Google as a thing.
Right.
So there you
go. Right.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, so Brenda says, my humor is highly inappropriate, but in speaking with people, especially ones you aren't friends with, personal details of their life isn't a conversational topic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's limits. There's limits to what you can ask. Like, go be creepy online. But yeah, alrighty.
All right. So the poll is up on Aeson Night over at YouTube. Go ahead and vote over there. And moving on to Poly Advice. Let's rock this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let me read Shannon's real quick. I told my kid only people who have any business asking about that is their doctor or their current partner, so the two of you can make informed decisions and get tested. Anyone else, they can bitch stare them all they want. Tell that lady to say, I'm there. You call anyone a creep you need to.
Yep.
All right, so cheating in a poly triad. I moved out of state to be with partner and met up. My partner currently states that he has business meetings or has to work late. He is behaving like a cheating monogamous partner. He has been hiding that he is dating other people. He has been taking women to fine dining restaurants, will tell me and Meta he works late, and I've been stuck watching his kids. He has also not made the time to take me and Meta out on a date because he is too tired or had to work late. He states that he is working, but when I look in his pockets, he has condoms and receipts for restaurants, dinner for two, and or for the botanical gardens. I've also found jewelry hidden in his car, hotel stay info, and his browsing history shows that he's been on escort websites. There are also ATM receipts for $500 cash at a time littered around our house. He has not been interested in having sex with myself or my meta, his wife. He has asked me to help out with his kids while he's away for business meetings. I thought polyamory was about honest communication. I feel so stupid to have moved here. I feel crazy, and I'm not sure if this is normal in poly. I have asked my partner directly if he is seeing other people or if he is having sex with other people, and he always tells me no. Jesus, the red flags.
Oh, okay.
Like,
First of all,
woo.
one, there is a cheater kink. Okay, we'll set that aside. He should have clarified that in negotiation, but a cheater kink. Fine, be a cheater.
Yeah, well, but see, yeah, I would think if that's what you're like into, you might have brought that up at some point.
Right.
Unless you're just a narcissistic bastard who enjoys hurting other people for your own personal entertainment and sexual gratification.
Right.
Which is a little different.
Right.
Like, I mean, yeah, that's abusing poly right there.
That's very abusing poly on multiple levels. Okay. First of all you have to say is, I have a date Thursday at 8:00. We need to plan around that, dear.
Yeah.
Would you mind watching the children? And we can go out Friday. And wife, I've got a date Thursday and Friday. How's Saturday look for you? Great. We'll do something Saturday. And Sunday, let's do something as a family.
Fair enough.
But I don't feel that is kink.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, I don't need all this damn evidence. The last line tells me everything.
Yeah. I've asked my partner directly if he is seeing other people or if he is having sex with other people. He always tells me no.
But there's condoms. There's receipts for hotels. What the fuck, dude? You got a nice, comfortable bed at home. You've got two partners there trying to build a life with you. There's receipts for dining restaurants that neither of the three of you went to, supposedly, to him. So what's he, a waiter, or is he cleaning up parking lots? Yeah. Like, you've got so much evidence. Have you talked to the meta yet?
I mean, like, and here's the thing. So Brenda asked, if you're searching his stuff, then you don't trust him. Why are you together?
Well, I don't think she's searching his stuff. I think she's just doing the fucking laundry.
Well, yeah, but then you check the browser history, and that's searching his stuff.
Yeah, that's searching his stuff. But
like ATM receipts littered around the house, like, oh my god, dude, trash. But then again, this also speaks heavily to like there's like wanting to get caught.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like like he's doing everything you shouldn't do if you don't want to get caught.
Right.
Like you pull 500 from the ATM, one, that's in a bank account that no one else has access to, and two, you trash the receipt.
Yes.
Like, I'm sorry, that's just common, like, hi.
Yeah. Like, hello, do we need to teach him how to cheat? I mean, fuck, he's in poly. He should know how to cheat.
Well, but here's the thing, though. I think that's where the differential is this is not poly.
No.
I mean, it kind of looks like poly, but and it's termed as poly, but it's not poly.
No, it's not poly.
Like, yeah, this is
it's
like this is cheating with a support staff.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know what else to call it. It's cheating with a support staff.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing, and people are not going to like my discussion on this. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's her problem. It's Meta's problem.
Well, but she's caught in the middle here. Like, she's moved out here.
Yeah, she is caught in the middle, but it's Meta's problem. Meta needs to be the one lowering the bar. She needs to be going, so here's our evidence. What are we going to do about it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, and it makes me wonder if there doesn't need to be a first conversation with Meta slash
Yep.
wife
All right.
about like what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna go out on a limb,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this is something that the wife slash Meta understands and has
Mm-hmm.
accepted, and like, no, this is normal
Right.
for him. And isn't that what poly is?
Right.
Is going to be the response, and it's
Right.
going to be like, no. I mean, I don't have a like, and here's the deal. And I want to be clear. I
Right.
don't have a problem with the fact he's having sex with escorts,
Right.
sex workers,
Right.
prostitutes, whatever you want to call these people.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't even think I care about the money that he's pulling out of ATMs to do it.
Exactly.
I'm glad he has condoms in his pocket for this.
Yes.
I start having problems with you're lying about it. You've caused someone to move across the country that is now basically your au pair. While you go out to do this,
Right.
you're not taking your Meta or you're not, excuse me, you're not taking your wife or your girlfriend on
Right.
dates. You, you seem to be really fixated on yourself and
Mm-hmm.
getting what you want and
Mm-hmm.
not how this benefits them.
Well,
Because
and
right now this doesn't benefit them.
right, and see, here's my other question. Okay,
Mhm.
is because this is how the shit goes down in this house.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, I'll tell you how shit goes down in this house, especially if because since it sounds like he's the hinge.
Mhm.
Joe gets an issue. I don't care what the issue is. Let's say it's a common issue in my house, my work schedule.
Mhm.
He doesn't come bitch at me. He first bitches at Michael, who then gets bitchy. Then they too both come bitch at me.
Yes.
And then
Like, what the fuck is
cooperate with
this?
each other.
And it's not that, now pause. I don't bitch exactly at
Uh-huh.
the invisible assistant. I look at the invisible assistant and I go, can you explain this shit to me? Because I don't fucking get it.
Uh-huh.
And then usually there's pretty much a reaction of like, I don't know. And it's like, okay, let's go attack him. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
That's how that
Have
works.
you lost your liver, loving mind? You are not working 97 hours this week and have 3 other appointments in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But no, like, here's my whole thing though. Like, I don't care who he's having sex with.
Right.
And I know sometimes this gets muddled, especially in poly community.
Yeah.
Like, and you gotta be really careful with that because there seems to be some knee jerks in poly.
Right.
That, like, you lost them when you said sex work.
Right.
You lost them entirely. It's gone and
Right.
over with.
No.
Like, you're the evil bastard no matter what comes next.
Right.
But no, I'm fine with that, except for the part where no one knew about it.
Right.
I'm glad you're using condoms. I do appreciate that.
Right.
But the fact that you're just operating and calling this poly, and like you have at least one partner
Right.
who has not a clue
Right.
that
And
this
then
is
you've
what
got
they were getting
another
into.
partner who we don't have her side of the story. We're going to go with is operating under the same guise.
Well, yeah, Shannon, Shannon and Brenda, real quick. Yeah, that's the whole benefit of poly.
Right.
Like, I have backup.
Yeah.
Like, I have a built-in sanity check followed by backup.
Right.
Like, we ride at dawn.
Uh-huh.
We burn him at the stake at midnight.
No, it normally starts with my phone goes missing. Well, first of all, there's the growl. Okay, and the growl comes from the back of the house, and it's like I can hear it in my office. I can hear it in my garden. And then there's the uh-huh. And then things start missing, like laptop, cell phone, communicational devices.
Yes. Exactly. No, I know. See, now he doesn't work nights.
Yeah.
Like, no, it used to be we ride at dawn because he's getting off network and we're not fucking with his money. Now it's we ride at dawn because this is usually when he drops some shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, here's my plan for the day.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, you've lost your mind.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that's not a plan.
Yeah.
That's a kamikaze mission. And
yeah. And normally it's when Aeson has a fever. And someone finds out Aeson has a fever. Or Aeson's feeling bad.
Well, it's a good, like, that's a good global example of like when this comes into play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a great global example. You know, or when I go into ingenue mode, God.
Yeah, that's unfortunately the one we just have to tolerate until you get tired of it. Like we've tried to have the we've tried to have the conversation. We've repeatedly tried to have the conversation, and it's Angele.
Right.
But yeah, he goes into Angele mode. And yeah, no, we just have to wait.
Right.
And then it's like, okay, so now that you're back to reality and you have decided, at least for the moment, that no, you're not capable of doing all this. Now we can redivide that so it makes sense.
Right.
But no, he does go through phases where it's like, I'm just gonna do everything. I'm gonna work 70 hours a week and like crackhead clean the house. While doing a project to build something, while and it's just like lists of things that he's going to do all at once, and it's like, okay, you go for that. Like, I don't know what you're trying to burn off, but all right, you have fun with that. Like, like, are you having some guilt? Did you absorb some bad karma? Like, what are you doing? But all right, you just go. Yeah, Melissa, it's manic mode. It really is. It's like, and it usually starts on a Monday.
Yeah. It does. Shit hits the fan on Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm convinced of this. When the moon is in charge of the day, or Woden is in charge of the day, we're fucked. And there comes a point in time when I'm working through processes and ideas that I can't even form sentences. It's like, get out.
Well, and then there's full moons.
Yeah.
Like, you tend to hit this, like, right before a full moon where you're just like, I'm going to do it all. And it's like, all right. You enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've quit arguing. We've quit trying. We just wait for the inevitable, like it's like a wave. It comes in, and then it goes out. And it's like, okay, we're good.
Yeah. But no, like it wasn't the last time I got sick, because that's when all three of us got sick and there was nobody to take control.
Yeah, no one did shit.
Yeah. Before that one, the last time I had gotten sick, my laptop came up missing. Melissa, we'll get to that comment in a minute.
Yes.
Like, my laptop I will suddenly disappeared. My cell phone was no longer by my bedside. Couldn't find a deck of tarot cards. I have 20 of them. Not a deck available.
And we deployed Meta 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. We deployed Meta 3 on you. Meta 4 lectured you from distance.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no. That's where that went.
Yeah.
It was like, because, we thought we had this, and then, like, even removing your equipment, it was starting to border on, he's going to go to Walmart and just buy another one. We're going to have to give it back. So it's like, all right, deploy Meta 3. Deploy metaphor. Like, Jesus.
We're going to have to call Comet in. Like, I was just waiting for all of you to show up in the room and going, you're going to bed. The following things are going to occur. Get the fuck over it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, if I start calling in comments, that's just the point we throw you in a straight jacket.
No, that's the point you find the good cough medicine. Like, that'll take care of the problem.
That is your belief. And I still, like, it works for you.
Yes.
It works for you.
We're
not going to go into that on this show, but let's just say he knocks out colds.
It's real simple. I don't mind sharing this recipe. It is 4 tablespoons of the cheapest fucking NyQuil you can get. It is 2 shots of a good whiskey and a cup of hot tea with lemon. You drink that in bed because it should kick in about right past the second shot of whiskey that you're down.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's bad when we have to call in reserves. Like, that's, yeah. Yeah, he goes full hot toddy.
Yes.
Like, makes it himself. I can't be mad.
No.
See, now, when I get sick, all I want you to do is just, like, leave food at the door and run away.
Right.
Like, I don't want to have to deal with people and talk to them and, like, care. Because I don't have it. And it's like, just drop food and run away. For him, it's like, I'm going to go do this, and I will see you in 18 to 48 hours.
72 normally, and I'm back to full speed and operational. I just need a reset. Now, to Melissa's comment of every 28 days.
Every 28 days.
It's normally about every 23 to 25 days the cycle is, and that is prescribed. I want steak. The house is getting clean. I want a good food, and I'm going to go take care of shit. Uh-huh.
You realize your mother calls and warns me about full moons, right?
Yes, she does.
Yes. It is his cycle.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And
yeah, and I am moody as hell then.
Mm-hmm. This and arguments over toilet seats, things as a gay man I never thought I would have to contend with. I thought that was just like, woo, I'm out of that.
Toilet seats,
product, excessive amounts of product, like everywhere. Like there's 32 bottles of shampoo in the shower. I don't know what does what. Again, never thought I'd have to deal with. I thought, nope, we're good. No.
Yeah.
Oh, Shannon says, I had fun sending full moon hangover memes this month.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Yes. But, all right, let's see what the poll is doing. Hello, Instagrammers. Yes, this is the new thing you're going to see up on our streams on Fridays.
Hey, Melissa. I don't know if it's C, Melissa. Oh, we've got a few.
Yeah, we've got a few.
Yeah. Ek Kodo and L.I. Williams. Hi. Yeah. Hello. And we have Shannon in both places. Cool.
Yeah. And the poll is in. You're not the asshole for refusing to discuss your sex life with your coworker.
Yes, I said memes, right. Leave it alone. Memes, fine. Memes.
Yeah.
But yes, so I'm not the asshole. Yay.
Yeah, we're going to work on that echo sound. We've got to figure out how to get that out of there. We will be doing that. I think we may have to turn on noise reduction on your side. Okay. But we're still experimenting. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. On all the platforms that we've figured out so far. There's a few others I want to experiment with. Now, let me just remind you that I also have a TikTok and could use some followers over there. If you want to see funny stuff, I don't do a lot of psychic stuff. I do some, but not a lot over there. Go over and follow me on TikTok. And when we get to 1,000, we'll go live there too, because we have the ability. We have multiple devices. We could do this.
You sure did.
Yep. So with that, however, we do want to take a moment to thank our Patreons. Take it away, Vanna.
All right. So, of course, we want to thank Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda, Shannon C, Shannon D, Lady Gwendolyn, Charles Shaw, Tracy Van, Caitlin Bell, and Devin. If you'd like to learn more about us, the show, or how you too can become a Patreon sponsor and receive all the wonderful benefits our baristas receive, please visit us at pcspnetwork.com.
And collect baristas. And with that, you get a lot of discounts, content you don't get anywhere else, behind the scenes, what Psyche Life is really like.
Oh my God, the Facebook group alone.
Yeah, and you guys get to interact with each other in one hemisphere. So with that, guys, we will see you later. We'll be back on Sunday with Psychic That Plans. That will be exclusively on YouTube and Facebook. There's no way I can stream it with any use to Instagram, guys. It just doesn't work that way. But if you're interested in how I make everything work in the universe and make me the son of my universe, be sure to check out Psychic That Plans. With that, y'all, good night.
Good night.